Good morning, this is talkSPORT Breakfast. I'm Jeff Stelling. Ali McCoist is with me. A couple of big issues we've got to deal with. First of all, pineapple on pizza. A couple of people, including Dale, who's the latest one, says Hawaiian pizza originated from Ontario in Canada.
Canada, that's a shame when it's coming.
Why didn't they call it Canadian pizza or Ontario pizza? But Joe in Essex said it's called a Hawaiian pizza because the man who invented it named it after the brand of pineapples he used the first time he made it. Every day is a school day.
I think that's Joey Essex rather than Joey Essex.
And yeah, we're just scratching our heads at what Ben Jacobs was saying about Marcus Rashford and Kyle Walker. And EU rules means you can't have two players.
Yeah, that's what he
said.
said.
I'm thinking Napoli.
I've got McTominay and
Napoli have
Gilmore.
got McTominay and Gilmore. So that's a little bit strange, isn't it? I'm sure somebody will clarify what the actual rules
I hadn't heard that rule before.
No.
That's, you and I looked at each other when Ben said it. Yeah. Somebody will tell us.
Yeah, well, look, Ben will know what he's talking about, that's for sure. But
Milan have got Abrahams who scored a winner against Inter in the Cup final in Saudi. And who else they got at the bigs? Loftus-Cheek.
Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Yeah. Oh, well. Interesting. If you know, let us know as well. Some of the headlines you're waking up to this morning. Tyson Fury has announced his retirement from boxing with immediate effect. He said, I'd like to announce my retirement. It's been a blast. I've loved every single minute of it. Emma Raducanu overcame some second serve wobbles to start her 2025 season with a first round win in the Australian Open. She said afterwards, I think my serve had a mind of its own.
Yeah, I know she feels.
Cameron Norrie, though, went out in the first round in Australia.
Yeah.
Disappointing, he had a tough draw, in fairness. And David Moyes will manage Everton at Goodison Park for the first time in nearly 12 years tomorrow. Yesterday, he spoke for the first time since being reappointed and says he has big ambitions for Everton.
I can only remember as always feeling that a team who were challenging against the top teams, trying to be in Europe. That took a little bit of time, but we done it quite quickly here, and I done it quite quickly at West Ham. So my idea is to try and do everything as quick as I can here, because I'm not going to be here for 11 years like I was before. I'll be here for a period to try and maybe stabilise and try and take the club another direction or get it better. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope that I can have similar levels of success in some ways, which West Ham had, and actually I think even Everton at the time, I think if we look back now, we'd say there was probably levels of success in those years as well.
And we'll talk about David Moyes in a second. Just a couple of answers to a question. Simon says it's on loan players that we're talking about. I'm not sure that either Marcus Rashford or Kyle Walker would be loan deals, though.
Certainly Walker wouldn't.
No, and Dave says you can't register two English players in the same window. Well, that might be. That might get to the nub of the issue. Right, Coisty.
Yes.
David Moyes talking about Europe. My goodness, that is ambitious, to say the least. They look to me to be a long way from that.
Yes, I am loving his forward thinking, but David Moyes' immediate challenge is keeping Everton in the division. He knows that. Of course he knows it. He's an intelligent man, and he's quite right to tell him and everybody what his plans and hopes and desires and needs and wants will be. But he knows first thing he's got to do is be kicking off next season at the new stadium in the top flight. Simple as, and then take it from there.
Yeah. I mean, it's a massive. The first task is to save them from relegation. And let's get serious. That is a realistic prospect.
But he knows that. I mean, he's obviously talking long term in the ideal situation, the ideal world. He knows what his immediate target is. Blatantly obvious.
We have been talking pizzas this morning, and Clive from South Wales says, I had a good King Wenceslas last pizza. It was deep and crisp and even. Thank you very much indeed.
Boom, boom. Oh, by the way, I need to tell you, I'm going to the game last night, and the boy clocks me, a Millwall supporter, and there's a big queue, and he comes flying out of the queue, and he says, I got a question for you, son. I says, what is it? He says, 3 ex-Premier League players, this is me getting into the game, he says 3 ex-Premier League players, their names are linked with a barbecue. Right, and I went, and with 2 minutes to kick off, linked to a barbecue, I've got no idea. He went, well, you heat them up one. I went, Andy Cole. He went, you're right. Next one. He says, you eat it. I went, I've got the idea. He says, Patrick Berger, right? He says, you'll never get the last one. I says, who is it? He says, Paulo One Chop.
Brilliant.
He made my night.
You've got to be of a certain age to understand Paulo One Chop, Shebahn.
Yes.
Yeah, I see you shaking your head. So.
He made my night, he did.
Fantastic.
Smile and nod. Yeah.
Lovely.
It's a good one, though. I like that.
I liked it.
So what are we going to talk about this time, Shebahn?
Well, Maguire is in the papers today. He said he's got his belief back thanks to Ruben Amorim. We can all see that. But also a hot topic yesterday was the subject of VAR, because Harry Maguire felt that it was going to come to the rescue after he was adjudged to have fouled Kai Havertz in the game, which resulted in a penalty for Arsenal on Sunday. VAR will be introduced in the 5th round of this year's competition. We can have a listen to Harry Maguire now. He says the penalty given for his apparent foul on Kai Havertz demonstrates why we need VAR in football.
Tough one, really. At the time when he gave it, I thought, my initial instinct was it'll be alright. VAR will turn it over. And then I clicked on in my head that VAR couldn't intervene, so yeah, that's when my head went a little bit. But no, it was a tough one. I think he probably looks back, he knows he got it wrong. And listen, that's why we have VAR. Because the big moments, we need them correct, really. And yeah, it's a tough gig if we don't have help for them.
Just a good tweet that I saw online. Danny Baker, fantastic cup tie, just to make a point. No VAR, therefore it was dramatic, unpredictable, unfair, exhilarating, wild, immediate, vital and live. All things VAR smooths out. Just send 22 people out on the pitch and let the chips fall where they may be. That's football. But does that game demonstrate why we need VAR or why we don't need VAR? Or maybe don't want
the way
VAR?
VAR is at the moment, I'm not 100% confident that they got overturned with some of the decisions. Do you know what I mean? I hear what he's saying. It wasn't a penalty. Referee got it wrong, and VAR would probably have turned that one around. I don't think there's any doubt about that. But I'm with Danny, man.
Look, I saw a piece. It was a good piece. I think it was in The Guardian, which says Harry Maguire. He said you can't just say VAR is a good thing because there's a decision that favours you, or it's a bad thing because there's a decision that goes against you. That's just too simplistic. And by the way, Harry, who had a great game, in that match, if there was VAR, the penalty might have got overturned. Manuel Ugarte might have been sent off if there'd been VAR, and then Manchester United would be down to 9 men, and the chances are that they wouldn't be in the FA Cup any longer. So I think everybody thought it was a better experience just by watching, even if it was mayhem at times, by watching without VAR.
Jeff, I'll be honest, I'm going to games and really enjoying them. No VAR, you're reacting to what you're seeing, and then you're not saying to myself, oh, wait a minute, this might happen or that might happen. Me personally, Shebahn, it takes away a little bit of my personal enjoyment of the game. Rightly or wrongly, I don't know, but factually it does for me.
It also sums up that the referee had quite a bad game as well.
Aye, he made a
It was a difficult game for him, I think.
He had on his Arsenal pants.
But the unfortunate things for referees and officials, they are under more scrutiny now than they've ever been, just because of cameras, or one of the main reasons be cameras everywhere.
Yeah. Thanks, Shebahn. Just to clear, it doesn't clear anything up actually, but another text. The rule in Serie A is simply 2 non-EU players at any time. Should a Serie A side have 2 players filling the non-EU slots, they would have to effectively replace one of the existing 2 players. It's not anything to do with transfer window. So that seems to be the situation. Okay. I'm not sure there's just Serie A or whether it's all of Europe. But it can't be all of Europe, can it? Because in the example we were given,
It's a strange.
Yeah. Anyway, never mind. Havertz would have been sent off too, Jeff, says somebody. Havertz? Why would Havertz have been sent off?
I can't remember. For diving. For diving.
Well,
had he been booked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not getting sent off for that.
Carl the Whitby trucker doesn't agree with me about Ugarte, by the way. But there we go. Look, the point is, we're not talking about individuals. VAR, we're looking at the whole thing. You know, and that's what I'm trying to say is Harry can't just pick out one individual incident and decide VAR is good or bad on the basis of that.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.